If we understand the totality of this message, then we could change the entire Jewish community, we could change the whole world with sensitivity to other people's battles. Shalom uvracha Yerushalayim Ir HaKodesh. Parashat Matot. In our section of study this week, in Parashat Matot, we read of the stated intention of 2 of the 12 tribes of Israel, more accurately, 2.5 of the 12 tribes of Israel. Their stated intention, as spoken to Moshe, our leader, they're interested in inheriting, inhabiting, and settling the areas of Transjordan on the eastern side of the Jordan River. They petitioned Moshe with this special request, and Moshe seems appalled at the idea that they would remain in Transjordan without first assisting the rest of the Jewish people in their future battles, conquests, and challenges on the western side of the Jordan in the Holy Land of Israel.
We're protesting against the rising cost of housing in Israel. We believe it came not from regular demand and supply, but from regulation problems and governmental policies which encourage the constructions of extremely expensive flats and high-end flats, which are mainly rented out and hardly lived in, rather than moderate and decent housing for young people and bottom-end people.
Those famous 6 words of Moshe, Ha'achechem yavou lamilchama v'atem teishvu bo? Do you really believe that it's moral that your brothers should go to battle on the western side of the Jordan? They should go into the land? They should go through the struggles of conquering Israel, and you will remain here? You'll have nothing to do with that which they are involved in? Is that proper? Is that correct? Is that moral behavior? Is that ethical behavior? And ultimately, Moshe works out an arrangement where, although the families remain there, many of the men from those tribes do go to battle, and only after years of conquering and arranging the inheritances in Israel do they return to Transjordan. For me, it's not merely a historical record of a discussion between Moshe and the tribes of Reuven and Gad, but rather as a call to each of us, perhaps in its most literal way. If God forbid, may there never be any future battles here in Israel, I hope that we're already very close to the messianic dream of ultimate peace. But let's say theoretically, in the past, when there were battles, maybe Moshe is saying to each of us, is it proper that each of us just stays wherever he or she may be, and our brothers and sisters are involved in battle?
In a word, what are you doing here? In a word.
It's solidarity. We're showing solidarity to their struggle as well.
Don't we also have a responsibility? I don't think it means that everyone has to be actively involved in the military. Are we supporting them? Are we assisting them? Are we financially aiding them? Are we coming to Israel to be with our brothers and sisters? Or vatem teishvu bo? Or perhaps, sometimes, do we grow complacent to the point of the children of Reuven and Gad and think about ourselves without thinking about the entire nation of Israel? It's so supportive. It's so encouraging to so many people in Israel at times of difficulty. May there never be any times of difficulty. I'm speaking about the past, not the future. when there were missions of thousands and thousands of people from all over the world who came and said, we're with you. We couldn't teshvu po. We couldn't just stay where we were, because we had to be with you. We had to feel the pulse of the nation. But on an extended level, I believe that the milchama directive, this battle that Moshe is speaking of, where you just can't stand by and watch other people in battle without assisting, perhaps has a broader understanding and perspective as well. There's a biblical prohibition, lo ta'amod al dam re'echa. You can't sit by and watch the blood of your friend being spilled. And so maybe, if you hear of someone going through any kind of battle, if there are people battling various battles of life, let's say, God forbid, there are people battling illness. They're in the middle of fighting difficult diseases. Are you there for them? Vatem teshvu po. Do we extend ourselves to assist them? Or are we satisfied with the fact that, thank God, we are feeling well? If people are battling, God forbid, bereavement, vatem teshvu po, do we go and try to assist the people that need consolation? Do we hear the words of Moshe? Your brothers and your sisters, they're involved in battle. They're battling pain and agony. Are we there? What about all of the people battling loneliness? Can we just sit by and ignore them? Are we there to hold their hands? Are we there to hug them? Are we there to support them? Let's say people are involved in unemployment battles. Many of us know people who are unemployed. Is it only their problem? Is it only their struggle? Those of us who are blessed to be employed, can we just sit complacently in our jobs without thinking about them? The people struggling and battling poverty, are we doing everything to help them? Are we doing everything to extend ourselves to them? What about their milchama? What about their battle? What about all the people who are battling troubled relationships? All the broken hearts. Do they have to go through that battle without us assisting them? Do you hear the call of Moshe? You're going to sit here and your brothers and sisters are involved in battle? What about the large number of people in the world, many of them our own brothers and sisters, who are going through religious crises? Are we there for their battle? Are we there to assist them? Are we going to help them? The people who are involved in the battle of confusion, can we clarify matters for them? Can we guide them? Can we direct them? Can we extend love to them? Can we be at their side in their time of need? When I read Parashat Matot, I do not read it as a section of yesteryear, of a story that took place thousands of years ago about a particular group of people in a particular location. Of course that's true. Of course the message has meaning in terms of the children of Reuven and the children of Gad and half of the tribe of Menashe and Moshe and Elazar and all of the people that are spoken of in Parashat Matot. But I believe that one of the ways to read the Torah is to extend the message for all generation to each and every one of us. May we hear the words of Moshe, and may we act appropriately and accordingly. Thank you so much for listening. Shalom. There's so many different ways not to leave people alone in the midst of their battles. That's the message that Moshe is teaching all of us today in Parashat Matot.